Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Cheesy here from Mining Central Productions, and this is a Mine-imator tutorial. We done a bunch of these, a few of these, but we never really did much. We got to a point, and we kind of just stopped. But this is gonna be a complete do-over tutorial, starting from the beginning. Forgive me if I'm a little bit rusty. The last time that I've used Mine-imator has been a while, because I've actually recently switched over to Blender. But anyways, we're going to go over the basics in this video, as well as a few other things like importing scenery and all that stuff. So but we're going to start with the interface. So you've got on your right here is your project properties. You've got your project, your library, your background, your resources. Project, you can change your name, the author, description, the speed that your animation goes at. Right-click. You can right-click and change everything back to its default. So if I go here and I right-click, changes. That will change where the folder is saved. Don't need that. Okay. Let's close that. Library will show up with texture. Or no, not textures and stuff. Everything that's in your scene. So if you have a particle creator, you can edit that there. You can also add. You see, add things there. We'll get back into later. Get back into that later. Here's background. This you see how you can change everything. You can just mess around here as much as you want. That rotates. If we put the sun right there, if we rotate this one, you can see it'll rotate the angle and all that stuff. You can disable clouds, make them flat, show ground. You can change the ground texture. You can change other textures. You can change all that stuff. You can mess around, change the fog distance, all that stuff. And if you hit F5, you can actually see what your scene would look like. So if we change the time, change the ambient color like that, but change the sunlight color a little bit more yellowish. Turn the ambient color to a different, more orangish color, and a little bit there. Change the fog, add a custom fog color. Change it to a more suiting color. And there, you see that kind of looks like an apocalyptic scene. But I'm just going to reset all those. Reset. Reset. And reset. And this is where you can change your textures. Like if you've got a texture, like a rig, all those stuff you can fix. Down here is your timeline. If you hit space, you'll see the little cursor thing goes around. This is where you can edit your animation, like the how fast things will move and all that stuff. You can also see what you've got in your scene down here. And you can do all that stuff. You can create folders, and we'll get into the other stuff down there eventually. Up here is possibly one of the most important parts of here. This is where you can make all your things. This is your scenery stuff right here. All right. So first you've got create a player or mob and animate each body part. This is how you can bring in a Steve. You just click it, or you click this. You choose what you want. Is that a creeper? Or skeleton, I mean. Now, if you notice, they're probably most of the time they'd be floating off the ground. That's I don't think that's a glitch or anything. It's just a thing. You can just you can click skeleton down here in the timeline, and just right-click every single one of those values, and do the same with Steve, and right-click all of those values. Now, you can use your right-click and move around using the mouse, and you can move your control yourself using the WASD keys. Space to speed up, shift to slow down. Now, if you notice, you've got all of these things here, and they probably look pretty obvious, you know? That one goes up. That one goes left and right. This one goes forward and backwards. And these ones rotate. If you click and you drag, you can get used to that. And if you click on an individual body part, or if you go into Steve and you click, see, body would be closed like that. Click Steve, body, right arm, and you can bend or you can bend or rotate, all that stuff. And you can also edit them from here, like so. And you can just do a lot of stuff. And the body in the newest update has multiple rotations. So if you're on an older version, you'd normally only have one of them instead of all three. But if you're in the right version, you should have all three, at least on the body. The other ones have one. And if you want to animate them, if you look, so in your project properties under project, you see tempo. That's how many. This right here is how many frames is in a second. So 24. That's right there. That's a second right there. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So if you want him to take 3 seconds, then that would be 60. I think that would be 60. Around 60. Okay, that's 2. So that's right here. Okay, 71th frame. And now you just move it. Make sure that there's a keyframe behind it. And then you just hit space, and he's animated. Now, you can also animate each individual part of his body, but I will get into certain animations and stuff that you can do in a later tutorial. But also, if you want to remove something, you can just click it and hit Control-R, or this little trash can right there. And then everything in the scene that's not supposed to be in the scene is now not in the scene. And it's just this guy. And anyways, I hope this tutorial helped you. If you did, make sure to go ahead and show your support and like this video. And subscribe to the channel for other animations, tutorials, as well as possible gameplay videos. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.